Well, good morning, DirtFish Rally friends. I'm excited. Day 2's just in front of us, David. Are you excited?
I can't ever match your level of excitement, Cole, but I'm very excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited about those clouds over there.
Yeah, listen, folks, where are we? Yesterday evening, if you saw our review, David claimed we were in a church. We weren't.
We're outside church.
We're in this fabulous DirtFish house that we've got in Popperinge. Now, have a look on the maps, folks. Have a look at your Google Maps. Ypres is there, Popperinge is here. Popperinge, if you like, is in the centre, David, of all the rally action. And today, my goodness me, we have some classic stages ahead of us. 4 stages, run twice, 120 Ks. Remind us of which stages they are, David.
I thought you were going to do that bit. So we start with Hollebeke.
Yes.
Which is the longest stage of the whole event. Actually, we have the longest and the shortest stage of the event in this loop. We have Hollebeke, which is the longest, Messen, which is the shortest. Messen's the final stage of the loop. Messen starts, thank you Alain Panas for imparting this great knowledge. Alain Panas is, of course, the rally manager. Messen is the smallest town in Belgium.
There you go.
But I can't remember how many
population. He's done his homework.
Alain did his homework and told me. And then we have, was it Dickybus?
Yeah.
And
great names, classic stages.
So, but the first one, Hollebeke, a real change of wide road, narrow road, grippy tarmac, slippy tarmac. Just a bit of everything in there.
Yeah, and as you said, David, there is a little bit of weather around. What happens in this part of the world, even on a day like today where the forecast is for no rain, you can very often get an early morning dew and sometimes a fog as well, and it brings a bit of dampness to the surface.
Not a lot of dew.
Not a lot of dew where we are just now, but it could be again slippery for one of 2 reasons. We know the roads are dusty. We heard a lot about that yesterday. The fields are being harvested. The recce brought a lot of mud onto the road, which dried up. Could be slippery with that. Could be slippery with a bit of dew. We have another challenging day ahead of us, David. And we have some fabulous competition. Don't forget, the 2 boys at the top, Thierry Neuville, Craig Breen, separated by just under 8 seconds. You then go back to the real fight that I'm really interested in today, which is that fight for 3rd place. Tänak, 30 odd seconds off the lead. You've then got, who have you got behind Tänak? Elvin, you've got obviously, and Callie, with 10 seconds separating them.
But one thing we didn't talk about last night was Elvin Evans. You mentioned him in the top 10. We didn't even mention him. And for me, he's 6 seconds ahead of Ogier going into today, something like that. Not a lot. He had a great morning yesterday morning, but Ogier had a much better afternoon. A better afternoon. For me, so much rides on this Saturday for Elvin Evans. Today, he has to build an advantage over Ogier. If he has any ambitions towards this year's championship, he cannot come out at the end of today behind Seb.
No.
If he does, psychologically, it's not going to do him any favours. This is
he's finished if he doesn't. In terms of the championship. In terms of the championship. No, it is. If he doesn't finish this event ahead of him.
It becomes increasingly difficult, doesn't it, with every round. But this is his favoured surface. He's never been here. Ogier's never been here. Elvin, you have to put a marker down today. You have to come out quicker.
And he needs a little bit of help. He needs a little bit of help from the likes of Callie Rovanperä, from the likes of Ott Tänak. He needs to get ahead of these guys, and he needs those guys to stay ahead of Ogier.
Yeah.
Many cars between them.
You're naive if you think that Callie would be allowed to stay ahead of Ogier. Naive.
No, yeah, you're quite right. You're quite right. Callie, you're absolutely right. Did you feel a little drop of something?
How was that?
I just felt the temperature drop.
Yeah,
there is potentially a little bit of rain in there. Yes, I am naive. I love it when David tells me naive, but he is correct. Rovanperä will not stay ahead of Ogier. Whatever happens. Unless, of course, Tänak gets between Rovanperä and Ogier. And
then he has to.
Then he has to.
Yeah.
So I'm not naive.
You're not quite as naive as you might have thought.
Folks, listen, it's going to be a really, really exciting day. What we saw yesterday was, I think, a lot of our first-time Ypres drivers. And remember, Tänak was the fastest of those.
And did we give enough credit to Tänak for what he did?
He did a great job, because remember, Tänak fought with an engine problem yesterday. You called it an engine problem. You did.
I called it an engine problem.
It was a boost problem.
No, it wasn't.
It was an anti-lag problem.
Exactly. Okay. So you can't underestimate how difficult on these roads, junction, corner. You need a bit of shove.
You do. You need a bit of
shove in the morning.
It is going to be fascinating. We will watch the fight at the top. We did actually cause a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for, David? You know, when we mentioned to both Neuville and Breen team orders, it was a little bit of consternation, wasn't it? It was like, well, it's too early.
Yeah.
Is it? From
I think it was.
From Adamo's point of view?
I was really impressed that you tackled that one head on yesterday, Cole. But it's one to tackle definitely this evening.
Yeah.
They have to start making contingency plans. I'm sure they already have.
Well, and what we know about Andre Adamo is that
he's always got a contingency plan.
He's got a contingency plan, and he is ruthless. And he will say, Craig being desperate to win his first event.
It doesn't matter. Sorry, Breeny, but it doesn't. You know,
he's there to do a job.
Yeah, 100%.
The job is to support the team, support Thierry Neuville, and in second place, he's put himself exactly where the team and Neuville would want him to be.
Yeah.
Guys and girls, stick with us today. David and I are, how far are we? We're about 6Ks from the opening stage, something like that, aren't we?
Not far.
Really, actually, just about to get underway. Can I hear the distant rumble of World Rally cars?
That's thunder.
Is that your tummy?
That's my tummy.
It's his tummy. It's his tum-tum. Folks, stick with us today at DirtFish.com. 8 stages, 120 Ks, drama and jeopardy aplenty in the stages of Ypres. We'll speak to you all later on.